Oh man, nah man, what's the business? You already know what time it is. It's your folk Marquise. Welcome to another episode of Playing Maturity, where we are here to bring a message of maturity to millennials and their manners in an effort to create the perfect citizen. So check this out. Let me school y'all real quick. As I've said in many videos, I'm from Richmond, Virginia, the former capital of the Confederate States, or the capital of the South. Even though for a long time people ain't want to give us that, you know, I get it. People don't want technicalities and historics and all that. They just want to say, believe what they want to believe. And I get it, it's all good. So, behind me you got a whole bunch of history. This is the James River. Right down here in Richmond. One, I should have got the footage this time. I normally was doing it in my earlier videos. But they got some new slave statues, some liberation statues over there, pretty dope. So, slaves used to get traded right here in Richmond, right downtown, on the farmer's market in downtown Richmond. They would literally have slave trading going on. So there's a lot of history right behind us. You can't see it because the camera faces me, but this is American Civil War Museum. So there was a lot of historic battles and stuff that took place right here in this area. In today's video, last week we talked about Decide or Die, and before that, the road less traveled and things of that nature. And Decide or Die was so important because you have to make that decision in order to move forward. So today's video is called A New Territory. That's why I chose this specific area. A lot of commerce, a lot of trade, a lot of money was made, unfortunately, you know, down here. Not just the slaves and stuff, but a lot of business in general. Yes, the slaves were brought in and all that, but there was a lot of money that was just made in this town, in this area. Like a lot of these, like if y'all can see this newer looking bridge behind, that was an old bridge. You look at old pictures. So right above here, as y'all can see, that's the railroad tracks. Anywhere railroads is money to be made. Think about the 49ers football team. That was from the gold rush in San Francisco. So all these people rushed out west to go hunt for gold, to search for gold. So railroads was built, towns was created, all of that. So this is why this is so important, y'all. Listen to the stuff that I'm saying. You got the bridge, you got the railroad tracks, you got all that. Where is your railroad track leading? Where is your bridges leading? Where is it going? Well, I don't know. Do you? But that comes with a decision. Making the decision to say, I'm going to finally get wealthy for me and my family. My mom is on dialysis. My grandpa passed away. This is that. This is that. You know that money answers all things on the earth. That's a scripture if you ain't know where I found that out. So in order for me to make the best life for my immediate family, my more distant family, those I was called to, one, as I said last week, I have to become the Marquise I was called to become. And in doing that, I'll be a multi-millionaire, maybe even a billionaire. It's possible. Billionaires is popping up like this nowadays, instead of like the way it used to be. Anybody, women, men, white men, of course, black men too. Shout out Todd Smith, you know what I'm saying? So it's possible. So after you choose left and right, which way, then you say, all right, this the way I'm going. This is the road less traveled. All right? Make that heartfelt decision, meaning this is it. There is no going back. We burn the bridges. Imagine that. We just came off the boat right here. We said, man, look at this new land. We don't know where we're going. We don't know nobody. And some people naturally get afraid. Let's go back, man. Let's go back. We see it in the Bible. When it, man, it's so apparent. If you believe in the Bible, that was thousands and thousands of years ago with Moses and the children of Israel. I always say people are people. It don't matter the time, the era. People are people. They was in slavery. Listen to this story. They was in slavery. Real slavery, getting abused, getting beat, hard labor, the whole nine. God sent Moses to set them free. They get out in the wilderness, stuff got a little hard, a little difficult. They had to exercise their faith. There you go. When you decide, you got to exercise faith. when you just sometimes choose, it's all sight. Oh, this uncomfortable. I don't like that. Let me go back over here. Because you already know what was there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't make a heartfelt decision or commitment. You made that decision, though. The just shall live by faith. You walk by faith and not by sight. When they had to walk by faith, you know what they was doing? Fussing, complaining. Did you bring us out here in the desert to die? You should have left us back in Egypt. Even though it was hard, at least we knew where our food was coming from. At least we had water. At least, how crazy is that? You in slavery. You cry to get out slavery. Then you get out slavery. Then you complaining because you out slavery. It's madness. It's absolute madness. And guess what happened? When they got set free, they went into a new territory. Well, this is where we're going into a new territory. You understand what I'm saying? You make that decision, you got your aiming point, and you begin to move in that direction. As I said, everything begins to line up. The people that you need begin to line up. The resources that you need begin to line up. But God is not a God of wastefulness, so why should I cause stuff to align if you ain't even ready for it? I learned that in my own life. I've squandered relationships. You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, I just did something to them or I was acting crazy. It was my lack of inaction. It was my still working on my, now we all are work in progress, but truth be told, a lot of people are ahead of us. And there's a lot of people behind us. So where are you going to be in your personal development mode? You know what I'm saying? So I have squandered some relationships that I had because I was still battling and I wasn't as ready as I thought I was. Don't let that be you. That's what these videos is about. Wisdom, the pain, the suffering, and enlightenment so that you can become the perfect citizen. This your folk Marquise. Take a look. Bridge there, newer bridge there. You got this railroad track here. This was a new territory for many people. Many people came from up top down here. Some people came from the south up here. Everybody have went into their own direction, but it started with a decision. I'm going to find somewhere different. I'm going to find somewhere new. I'm going to build something different for my family. And that's what they did. Fear and all. Ain't nobody said that you ain't got to be afraid. It's all right to be afraid, but you still do it anyway. That's where bravery and courage comes from. In the face of fear, you still take the action. You know what I'm saying? God always said in the scripture, be not afraid, be not afraid, be not afraid. He knew they was going to be afraid. So he had to encourage them to be not afraid. But cowardice, when you afraid and you freeze up and you paralyzed and you don't do nothing, you don't save nobody, you don't help nobody, you just turn and run, God himself even got a problem with that. Think I'm joking? Go look at the scripture. It's your folk Marquise. I pray these videos have been of value to you. We got so much coming. We got some programs coming. We got all types of stuff headed. The podcast will be relaunching soon because we're moving into new territory, new opportunities, new networks, and all of that. And we're going to be maximizing those opportunities so we can be of more value to you. So, of course, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share down in the comments what your new territory might be. I'm about to go into another level into the school systems. I'm about to move into a whole nother area. I'll be revealing that soon enough. But the reality is I had to make a decision that enough was enough. Enough making ends meet. It's time for overflow, abundance. Because keep it real, you can't help people like you want to when you ain't got it. For real. You just got your, you getting by, a family in need over here, but you getting by. You want to give, but you ain't got it like that. You got all these different disasters happening. People need aid. People need help. You should be the one. We always depending on the government. We should be the one. Hey, bro, I got 50,000. What you got? I got 50. What you got? I got 25. What you got? I got 10. All right, let's get some tractor trailers, fill them with water and necessities and send them ourselves. We got drivers because we got trucking companies. We don't need the government to be doing everything. We the people. It's your folk Marquise. Get the shirt below. Click the link below. Get the book below. If you want to write your own book, all of that can be found in the descriptions. You already know what time it is. If you think different, I promise you, you will live different. Any questions? God bless.